Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between QXC and Railgan on Coda LE. Player names, Railgan submitted this replay pack to the All Things Zerg subreddit. And apparently this is the actual QXC. And he said, Railgan says, I'm on a huge win streak. QXC says, sorry. And Railgan says, don't ruin it, smiley face. QXC is a very, very good Terran player. He's been around since Wings of Liberty. And he places very well in tournaments. So we'll have to see how good our hero, Railgan, can do against him. In the bottom right of Coda, the latter edition, we have QXC, the purple Terran player. And in the top left of the map, we have Railgan, the purple Zerg, our hero. We're going to be rooting for Railgan this game. If you like QXC, too bad. Railgan gave me these replays. QXC did not. Therefore, we are rooting for Railgan. Either way, at this point, we do have the hatchery going down as well as the spawning pool and a bit of a Reaper expand coming out as well. Reaper just finishing up, heading right on out. We have to imagine that QXC's Reaper play is just fantastic. So we're going to watch this and be very happy to see if he can get any drone kills or not. Remember, he does have that special attack, the KDB charge, which you chuck at drones. It explodes after a short delay, dealing 10 damage and knocking back nearby units. So drones have 40 health, so I mean it does not fantastic, but it can finish off. There we go, it did finish off that Zergling just fine. So good use of that ability. Already 2 kills there on this Reaper. Moving on in, trying to get this drone made into a Stractor instead. The Reaper moves on up to see high ground to see what he can see. Here comes some slowlings trying to take this guy down, trying to trap him. The Queen, oh, good juke there though, actually. Throwing down another charge. Did he get a kill with that one as well? No, he did not get a kill with that. Although, does it show up? I don't know if killing stuff with the RDB charge actually shows as a kill. And will he escape? Another charge knocking that guy back. That's kind of fun. I like knockback effects in games. And something that exists in Diablo and Warcraft. And it's something that Blizzard likes to do. I don't know if I've seen anything like that in Warcraft where it like moves things back. Either way, kind of fun. And the Reaper technically has 1 kill, but I think he killed a drone as well in there. Might have got another drone kill in here, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think he did. Now the Zerglings have speed. They're going to chase this guy. Another RBD does come down, trying to get this Reaper before they die to the Hellions. And might be able to do it just because they're so fast. Did actually get it. The Hellions clean everything up with the last Zergling. Production tab shows Stim coming up, another command center going down. So again, this 3 command center opening, which is very popular in the current metagame in TVZ. I'm very interested to see it work so well. But I imagine it is working, or else we wouldn't see it so often. Now we have a lot of Lings out dealing with these Hellions. Roach Warren is actually not in progress. Is there a Roach Warren on the field? I don't know. Good Hellion control here by QXC, sniping down that Creep Tumor. Well played. Queens and Lings at the front, enough to rebuff this attack. Temporarily, no. So it looks like Railgan is not interested in going for roaches against this Hellion pressure, and there are a lot of Hellions on the field. There are 6. Good Overlord Scout comes in. He does see the factory, does see the barracks, and another barracks. So recognizing we're not going to go mech here. These Hellions are just for early harass. We're going to transition into the bio play, is likely what we're going to see from QXC, which is really what he's known for. He's known for his drop play, especially in Wings of Liberty tournaments. So here we go. Ling's just kind of not really attempting to get a full surround on these Hellions and kill them, because I think that's a little bit too hard to do against a player of caliber of QXC. But Queen's popping on in, Evolution Chambers helping to wall this off against this Hellion attack. This is something you want to do. You don't see walls very much in Zerg games, at least from the Zerg player, but what you can do is get these Evolution Chambers up. They're big, they're cheap, you need them anyway. They can kind of help against this kind of Hellion pressure, which can be really difficult to deal with. The Zerg player needs to take a 3rd base very, very quickly. It looks like QXC is already on 2 bases, fully saturated. 3rd base about to happen. I have to imagine he's got map control. He has the Zerg player exactly where he wants him. He could lift off and take this 3rd base, or possibly this 3rd is another popular choice here for Terran players. But he's not doing that. I think he's just using this for SCV production, for mule production, doing what he can. But man, he is fully saturated pretty much everywhere. 25 harvesters on this base. I mean, a lot of, what is this? A lot of minerals goes into what exactly is my question. I mean, this is still, the dance is still going on back and forth. Railgun doing a good job keeping his Lings alive, trying to spread the creep just a little bit further. These Hellions did actually, they lost one of their member, it looks like. There's only 5 left on the field. If we check units, yeah. One of them did die, but that's probably a fair trade for whatever happened. Yep. Lifting up, dropping off onto that position to take his third is QXC. Very, very happy, very safe. No harassment whatsoever from the Zerg player. Meanwhile, he has the map control with these Hellions. And Mutalisk's actually coming out for the Zerg, so that'll be nice to take down these Hellions. If they don't do something soon, they're going to find themselves running back home with Mutas overhead. And I wonder if he recognizes the timing, the potential timing on those Mutos or what. Just the creep spread, not as good as it can be. This is something else that Hellions can do. Oh, he did let the third get up though, QXC. What are you doing? And here we go. As I said, Hellions running on home, or at least trying to bait the Mutas away from getting into the main base here. There's a small group of Marines here. I think this is enough to handle this number of Mutas. Lings streaming out as well. This is not actually a full wall. I might be able to catch these transferring Marines. Taking down the medevac, a good pickup. Here we go. Lings and Mutas are probably enough to take up this ball, but this reinforcing group is good. Amazing positioning by QXC, bringing off the SCVs to keep everything alive. The missile turret doing a good job as well, shooing off these Mutalisks. And another missile turret desperately trying to be constructed. Will it finish before it gets sniped down? It doesn't finish because the worker died, but it's like 1 hit point away. Mutalisk's actually able to take out this number of Marines. Muta's doing an amazing job here. Good timing by Railgan. Maybe a little bit too greedy, possibly by QXC. Maybe he's a little bit too aggressive, or rather too laid back, too assertive, too, what is the word I'm thinking for? Too confident in his own abilities, perhaps, because, man, these Mutas are doing a great job. More and more Lings coming on down. What else is the gas going for our Zerg player? It looks like it's just Lings and Mutas at this point. Widow Mines being researched or produced at this point by QXC. These are very, very good. They can pretty much one-shot Mutalisks, get a lot of them with that splash damage. More workers coming on in, sniping down SCVs, sniping down this missile turret, and this base is not long for the world. It is going to go down. Are we going to see any other Legacy of the Void units here? Are we going to see the Liberator? Looks like we might not. Battlecruiser with the tactical jump, we're not going to see that either. But anyway, we're coming in with the Lings and the Mutas. Get this missile turret. Come on, sniping down Hellions, I guess is okay. You need to help with these Marines if you can as well. Maybe not a great choice there by Railgan going after these Marines and these Hellions. Instead of taking down the turret, instead of helping attack at the same time with the Mutas, I don't know. But either way, Railgan is on 3 bases to 2 bases for QXC. He's up 100 to 93 in supply. And he actually has a slight deficiency in worker count. But again, I think we're super saturated on this base. Yeah, we're oversaturated here on the second, on the natural. Not many workers here yet. We do have all, all 6 gases now for Railgan. Watching that production tab, we do have an armory coming up now, so I wonder what that's going to be for. Maybe for Thor's. That would be pretty good against this number of Mutas. But again, so are Marines, so are Widow Mines. Come with an Overseer. Bring an Overseer with your army. Don't fly over here. Be so careful. Oh, did he see that? Did he? Oh, if he did, Railgun is a better player than I thought. That is amazing play. All right, catching these transferring workers is a huge pickup as well. So dangerous to do that. Bam, 1 Widow Mine. Hit does get off, killing a Mutalisk, wounding the other ones. But again, when they're out of combat, they do regenerate very, very quickly. What is that called? Tissue regeneration. So they do regenerate out of combat faster than other Zerg units. Because Zerg units do regenerate, but they're just so much slower. It does take a lot of time, and it's not very useful. If you need to like attack, pull back, wait to heal up and attack again, it's like 5 minutes before your units are healed up. So we don't usually see that very much, except with the Mutas, because that regeneration is so nice. Sniping down another missile turret. This is just amazing Muta control from Railgan. He's doing a good job harassing here with QXC. He's not really going for the kill. This is something we like to see a lot in ZVT. Is not necessarily going in to destroy the Terran player. Just keep them on 2 bases. Keep them on a low number of bases as best you can. Oh boy, good stim forward by QXC. Takes out a few Mutalisks. Popping up the front. There are Banelings though. There are Zerglings. There are Mutas. This is a good composition against these Marines. But the splits for QXC are amazing. They are impeccable. But I think there's just too much stuff here. Too many Lings. Too many Banelings. Trying to split makes yourself more susceptible to the Zerglings surround. And here it is. Surrounding every single one of these guys. The Mutalisks chasing. Now they have their Overseer with them. Here comes the Overseer. Gonna try to take down that Widow Mine before it can burrow, and it does. Excellent micro there by Railgan. And same maneuver here, moving on in with the Marines into the mineral line, trying to defend, and yeah, it is enough to chase Railgan away. Mules coming down now, both players kind of taking a breath. 4th base coming up for Railgan. This Overlord doing a good job scouting, just seeing everything that comes out that front door for QXC. Excellent, excellent play. Back to the production tab, just upgrading exactly what we have already for the Zerg player. And what are we doing in the Terran base? What is he doing with that armory? Is he getting upgrades on it? Where is that armory? Armory there. Armory is required for stuff. Huh. No, I don't know what he's doing with that armory. I haven't seen upgrades coming down at all either, but upgrades for the infantry definitely happening. So many Marines popping on up now. There we go. Baneling hits actually only killing a couple of Marines. Not very cost effective. Mutalisks here as well. Good surround here though. Zerglings, Banelings. There we go. Bring up the Lings first, just to make sure it's not a tiny group of Marines. And I think this pressure is going to be pretty much unending. At QXC is on 3 bases. A 3-base Terran can pretty much put a ton of pressure onto a Zerg for the rest of the game. And there's the Thor. Okay, so that's what we're using that armory for, is that Thor. Mutalisks trying to sweep in the back while the army's pushing up the front for QXC. I don't know if this is a great choice or not. The Baneling command members are pretty good. Don't go... good pickup by QXC. Not much dies there. Dropping down Marines one by one to clean these up. Mutalisks trying to get some damage done, but again, a good repair, I assume, on that missile turret meant that didn't happen. And because there were no Mutalisks there, that's why QXC picked up. So excellent game awareness, situational awareness coming on in. Baneling hits, not really hitting anything, taking down a single Marine. There we go, sniping down one of the medevacs. Another one is very, very low on HP. Are we saturating up here? Yes. Railgun is doing a good job saturating at the same time. Are we going to see any LOTV stuff in here at all? I don't know, but either way, it's a pretty good ZVT regardless. And another army pushing out the front. Production tab shows we are increasing the burrowing claws. What are those called exactly? Drilling claws for the Widow Mines, making them burrow a little bit faster. QXC is kind of set up shop here at the front. Widow Mine can't quite get the hit off there. It is only down to 24 hit points now. And do we have any Banelings? With some Banelings, some Zerglings. More reinforcements rolling in here. Banelings getting some pretty good hits, actually. The spacing not fantastic for QXC. Running back over that Widow Mine, trying to get a good hit on those Zerglings. Pretty much just dancing back and forth again. The dance used to be happening here. The dance has moved across town to this area, to a much nicer part of the neighborhood, with lots of creep and lots of Zergling blood and Marine blood here on this front door. But either way, a Marine drop over here is going to get cleaned up pretty darn quickly. Mutalisk clock is big enough to handle that. Meanwhile, push up the front. Baneling hits are good again, but not great. And this army is looking pretty intense for QXC. I don't know if this third base is going to stay alive for much longer. There are Banelings, there are Mutalisks. Banelings rolling in. Splits are actually not great. Is QXC's attention elsewhere? I don't actually know. The Mutalisks doing a good job, and they actually clean up this entire army. Banelings hitting Marauders, not something you want to see, but pretty much unavoidable at this point. There's just so much going on. The Thor trying to escape gets taken down by the Zerglings. All these Marines are going to die, trying to boost out. Oh no, the Marines actually live in. Yeah, here's the next push forward with these with the MMM, the Marines, the Marauders, the Medevacs, and the Widow Mines, an upside down M. And a fourth base being taken by QXC. Railgun just cannot catch his breath. He can't seem to get a good push out. He's down in supply. He is actually down in worker supply as well, just barely. And with those mules, that's a big deal. So we are doing an excellent job saturating here at the fourth base. The third base is looking good as well. Not much gas being taken, but you don't really need it for this particular composition. Marines are pretty cheap. Are we taking up to anything, Railgun? Are we going to see Ultralisks? Are we going to see Infestors? Are we going to see Broodlords? And the answer is no. We're not going to see any of those things. Production tab shows pretty much more of the same. More of the same. Small group of Marines trying to take down these Mutas. Mutas is pretty much scouting. They don't want to kill anything. Thor here at the backside, going to town on these units. Not great against anything but that Queen, but at the same time, this third base is not in a great position. Zerglings are being morphed in. Banelings are being morphed in. Where are they? Here they are. Coming around from the top side. Baneling hits are pretty good. Muta's trying to do what they can, trying to take down that Thor, and they are able to get it. Baneling's coming in as well, trying to take down those Marines, so the Mutalisks can be much, much more effective. The Mutas are pretty good, but Railgun calls the GG. QXC is victorious, and Railgun leaves the game. So, okay, if we've learned anything from this, it is that Marine Marauder Widow Mine is still super great in TVZ in Legacy of the Void. I would have liked to see Railgun maybe try to get some of those at least changed units in Legacy of the Void. Maybe some upgraded Ultralisks could have helped there, but I don't know what time he had to do that. Again, didn't have much time to breathe, to sit down, to try to do what he could do, so, meh. Either way, a pretty fun game there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I do daily StarCraft 2 professional casts, Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void at this point. So, thank you so much for watching. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, you take care of yourself.